guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I wanted to show you my twist on the Foxy eye makeup trend that's super popular right now. So this eyeshadow trend gives you that natural eye lift effect that you see Bella Hadid in her photos. So I feel like this makeup trend has been going around for a really long time, especially like in the editorial world. I feel like a lot of the models have that natural eye lift effect with the help of eyeshadow. Also, I really love Kylie Jenner, and she has been doing this makeup trend for a while now too. Very minimalistic, very natural, especially in her photos. It just looks so pretty. And I've actually been doing this makeup look for about 6 months now as my like everyday eye makeup look. I love it, especially on my face shape. I feel like the elongated eyes just suits me better instead of more of like a rounder eye shape. And I know everyone does this eye makeup trend differently, but I wanted to show you my tips and tricks on how I achieve it. Also, this makeup trend is preference. You can make this look very dramatic and smoky, or you can also make it very natural and minimalistic. Before we jump right into the video, don't forget to subscribe down below so you guys can see more videos like this in the future. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, #Luna, so you guys can see a little bit more behind the scenes. And if you guys are interested on how I achieved this trendy Foxy eye makeup look, then just continue watching. So I already prepped my skin. I also did my base, and everything I use I will link it down below, just because in today's video it's going to be more focused on the eyes. So if you're interested on what I use on my face, it'll be linked down below. So I'm just going to pull my hair back just so it's out of the way. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of lip balm just to hydrate my lips. So this is actually one of my favorite type of makeup looks to do like on a daily basis. I've actually been doing like the Foxy eye trend for about 6 months now, only because of Kylie Jenner. So the palette I'm going to use today is the Bare Necessities palette from Colourpop. I love this palette. I actually use this palette when I'm working, and this is just like my go-to everyday palette. I love it. This is like perfect for this type of like makeup trend. An easier way to achieve the Foxy eye is using tape. So you just take a piece of tape and apply it here and apply your eyeshadow and as well as your wing liner. It makes it super easy to achieve the Foxy eye trend. Me, I kind of do a mixture of both. I kind of have it down with my shadow wing already, so I don't really need to use tape anymore. But in this tutorial, I will show you how to use tape just to like make it easier. So what I'm going to do first is apply the shadow, and then when it comes to the wing, I'm going to go ahead and apply the tape. If you are a beginner, I would suggest doing tape first and then do your eyeshadow and then your wing. But for me, I'm just going to do the shadow first and then apply some tape to do the wing, just to show you guys two different options. So the first color I'm going to go in with is this color right here, which is called Complicated, and it's more of like a warmer tone. You could go in with more of a cool toned. Oh, hey Luke. He hears all the noises outside. So I'm going to go in with Complicated on a big fluffy brush. So I'm going to take it and just kind of buff it in my crease, just to act as like a transition color. Another trick is to kind of do your eyeshadow like normal, but make sure you kind of extend it out here and kind of lift it up. You could take some concealer at the very end and just kind of clean all this up just to kind of elongate it a little bit more. I'm going to take a tiny bit of concealer and a little concealer brush. On the back of my hand, I'm just going to kind of tap off the excess. I'm just going to show you how you can clean it up with concealer. And just kind of lifting it up like that. You can already tell it's like more elongated. So now I'm just taking a small tapered blending brush, and I'm going to go in with this color right here, which is called Velveteen. And this one is more of like a cooler tone brown. I'm just going to take a tiny bit. I'm going to apply it right here on the corner and a little bit on the lash line as well. And like I said, you can apply some tape there just to make everything super easy, but I am going to apply tape when we do the wing liner. I'm just going to do the same on the other eye. And little by little, I'm just going to gradually build up the color. And whatever is left on my brush, I just kind of want to sweep it into the crease a little bit. It's funny because like I said, I've been doing this for about 6 months now. only because of Kylie Jenner. I love Kylie and I love her makeup, how just like, so if you're doing this eye makeup without tape and you kind of drag the shadow a little far down, you can just kind of take your concealer brush again and just kind of clean it up. Just to keep everything nice and clean. I'm gonna do another coat with that same cool tone brown, and like I said, just slowly building up. So on the lid, it's kind of preference if you want more of like a matte shade or more of like a shimmery tone. Me personally, on my eyelids, I like more of a shimmer lid. I know Bella Hadid does a mixture of both, so today I am gonna do just a tiny bit of shimmer, and just to make it more natural, I'm just gonna use my finger. So I'm gonna take the color The Talk, and with my pinky finger, I'm just gonna lightly dab it, and then with my ring finger, I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit. That way it's not that intense, but you just have like a little something on your eyelid. Also, using shimmer instead of matte is going to be really good for flash photography if you're going out. It kind of brings a little something to your eyes. So as far as the wing liner, you can do a pencil liner and then kind of just like smoke it out with a brush. Me personally, I like to use eyeshadow as my wing liner. And what I'm going to do is take some tape and take it on the back of my hand just so it's not that sticky. And like I said, if you're a beginner, I would suggest doing the tape method. Me, I kind of have it down already. I don't use tape anymore, but for the sake of the video, I will show you with tape. Our guideline is going to be our lower lash line right here. As you can see, it's going up this way, so we're going to keep it at that angle. So now taking a small angled brush, I'm gonna go in with the dark brown color here, which is called Taboo. I would recommend using a dark brown instead of a black, just because it looks a little bit more natural. You could go in with the black if you want it a little bit more intense and a little bit more smoky, but I feel like for all of, you know, Bella Hadid's Foxy eye makeup looks, it's more with like a darker brown instead of a black, but it's preference. So you can do whatever color you want. You could even do like a dark purple to add like a little bit more color. This is the reason why the tape method is a little bit easier. You can just go in and just kind of apply the wing without stabbing yourself in the eye. So now I'm gonna go back in with Taboo and do the other eye. So now I'm just gonna take a clean blending brush and just kind of go over the top a little bit, just to make everything blended and seamless. Now that I have that blended, I'm gonna take a little bit more of Taboo, and with the same brush, I'm just gonna apply a tiny bit more right here on the outer corner, just to make sure the outer corner is snatched and lifted. So that's pretty much it for the eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna slowly and carefully remove the tape, and boom, there you have it. So if you're a beginner, I would totally recommend doing the tape method. Me personally, I don't do the tape method anymore unless I'm like legit going out and I want it to be perfect. I will do the tape method because, as you can see, it's just like perfect, no mistakes. You don't have to go back in and fix it with concealer. You can already tell it's lifted. Gave me a mini facelift. Not that I need it. So now that we have the tape off, what I like to do is take the remaining eyeshadow off of the brush, and I just like to go over underneath just a little bit, just so the line isn't that harsh from the tape. When it comes for the lower lash line, Bella Hadid doesn't really have much going on underneath, just like maybe some mascara or just like a tiny bit of shadow. Also, I love Kylie Jenner, and she also has just a tiny bit of shadow underneath, not much going on. I'm taking my small little blending brush. I'm gonna go in with the color Hot Gossip, which is kind of like this really matte, neutral, cool tone shade, and it's not that dark. So this would be perfect for the lower lash line, just to give it a little bit more depth so it doesn't look so bare. I'm just going to apply some mascara so we can prep for lashes. So for lashes, I would really recommend using some lashes that are more dramatic on the ends. So as you can see here, these lashes are more fluttery on the ends and more tapered inwards. So this is going to give you more of like that cat eye effect. Also, I love these lashes because they kind of look like lash extensions. Every time I wear these lashes, I always get so many compliments if I have lash extensions, and I don't. It's just these lashes are really nice. I did get these from Amazon, and I will link them down below if you're interested. If you wanted to use your own natural lashes, you can definitely do that, but just make sure when you're applying your mascara to kind of keep most of the mascara on the outer corners to kind of help with that cat eye shape. Honestly, I do this mostly because of the way it looks, and it looks so pretty. I don't really do it for the natural eye lift. I think that's just like an illusion. It doesn't really give you a natural eye lift, but I do love the way it looks. So for the inner corner highlight, I'm gonna go in with the matte shade first, and this is called Full Expose. And I'm just gonna apply that right in the center, just to kind of like brighten everything up first. And then I'm gonna take a tiny bit under the brow bone. So now I'm going to go in with Idle Hour, which is this really pretty shimmery shade here. And I'm just going to dab it a little bit and apply it just a tiny bit in the inner corner. I know Bella Hadid does like her inner corner pretty shimmery, so I'm going to do a little bit of that. And a tiny bit right up here, just a tiny bit. Using that same angled brush we used for the wing liner, I'm going to go back in with Taboo, which is the dark brown, and I'm going to apply a tiny bit right under here just to give it a little bit more depth on the outer corner. So Bella Hadid has very peachy cheeks, so I'm going to go in with this color right here, which is from Tarte, and it's called Shimma and Shake. And I'm just going to apply a tiny bit, and she has it more like on the apples of her cheek. So I'm going to put a tiny bit, but also kind of lifting it up so it still gives us that natural eye lift effect. So as far as her highlight, it's nothing crazy and intense. So we're just going to do a tiny bit, and I'm going to use the Amrezy Anastasia highlighter. And I'm just going to take a tiny bit and just pop it right here. Just a tiny bit. And I want to make sure I don't bring that color too far in because we want to keep that lifted effect. So we're just going to keep it right up here. For lips, I'm going to use my KKW Nude 2 liner and apply that on the outer corner. Now I'm just going to apply a tiny bit of this Maybelline liquid lipstick, and this is in the color Driver. This is super matte, so I'm just going to apply a tiny bit in the middle. And with my finger, I'm just going to blend everything together. Bella Hadid does have a tiny bit of shimmer on the center of the lip, so I'm just going to take Colourpop Just a Tint and apply that on the center. The last thing I'm going to do is spray my face with the Morphe Luminous Setting Spray just to make everything blend together. So that completes my Foxy Eye Trend makeup tutorial. This is kind of like my twist on how I like it on my eyes. You guys can play around and see what works best for your eye shape or your face shape. I love the way this makeup look turned out. It's literally my go-to every day. I'm obsessed. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe to help your girl out. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.